So PlayerMint is a way for players to earn, mint, and trade Cardano native assets, and that being fungible and non-fungible tokens. And that can be both a player or a game studio. And this enables players to get paid to play, creates a more rewarding experience. And we're going to dive a lot deeper into how that all works and give you visuals to help understand the whole picture. So my name is Grant Scholl. I'm the CEO. I've been in the Cardano community since the ICO, and I'm a long time gamer my whole life. I'm super excited for the new Halo game, the new Pokemon game. So those are kind of the games that I'm looking forward to the most right now. I helped a number of investment firms learn about crypto and get involved. And I see gaming as the next frontier, the next wave in crypto. I think there's a lot of things that you can test and build in gaming, and so it's all really exciting. For that, I'm going to hand it over to Aiden.
Hey everybody, so my name is Aiden Rankin-Williams. We might have communicated in the past, whether that be through an interview of a video or maybe we've talked over Discord. But I'm Aiden Rankin-Williams. I'm the community director here at PlayerMint. My little background here is that I've been a gamer since childhood. And then Grant and I actually entered the space, the crypto space in 2017 with the Charles Hoskinson TED Talk video. That's kind of what really got us into blockchain, what made it click. And then we founded PlayerMint together in 2018. And then in terms of Cardano related activity, I've actually interned for Emergo in 2019 and got to kind of see how they operate and whatnot. So moving forward, next slide. So we have a great agenda today for you all, really action-packed, really excited to kind of show you all what we're up to. So at first, we're going to go over a bit of a development update as to what's going on with PlayerMint. What are we doing now that we've kind of, achieved fund for funds? And then we're also going to jump into a product and fundraising roadmap. So where are we on the path towards launch? As well as Grant is going to cover a bit on a white paper that we've been drafting up that we'd love some peer review from you all. We're going to jump into a Cardano Gaming Alliance, which we've been talking with Marcin of AdaQuest, a Rocket League tournament that we've been talking with the wonderful folks over at Retro Stake Pool. Then we'll jump into some Q&A, finished up with some spotlight presentations. I know you all have probably heard of some of these projects. We have Nft Maker, Lil Goats, and AdaQuest coming up today, and they're going to share a bit about what they're doing in the space, and then you all will be able to ask them some questions. So we're really happy that everyone's here, and we'll jump into it. So first of all, I wanted to share that the prototype for PlayerMint is currently in its, I guess you could say, its first draft stages. If you look closely, you'll be able to see that we have kind of this Figma logo next to a design file of our product. So right now at the moment, I have just kind of taken the design files we've gotten from our developers and I've placed them into Figma. And right now we have a clickable prototype that is currently being internally tested. So right now it has all these red boxes over the different varying kind of things that you can click through of the prototype, and you can click through different pages. Maybe you want to check out the leaderboard and see where you're ranking, or maybe you want to go off and mint an asset and check where it's at in the marketplace, and purchase one and check out your portfolio and all that kind of fun stuff. So at the moment, this prototype has been in its first draft. It's currently being reviewed by the team, and then once we feel good about how it functions and works, we're going to hand it off to you all. We'd love to see how you kind of interact with it. How do you feel about the interactability of our product that's being built? And then also we'd love to kind of hear some feedback on it once we launch it out to you all. So, is there kind of an interesting element? Is there a page that you feel like is missing? Do you feel as though it'd be cool to have some more unique animations inside of it? So we're really looking forward to sending that Figma prototype out with you. As soon as we can share it, we will be sure to do so. And then Grant, the next slide. Yeah, great. So I wanted to kind of cover a bit about the PlayerMint user experience for that prototype. So right now you're just going to be seeing kind of those still slides as we kind of go through the review stages of the prototype. So hopefully you can see them clearly, but the general user experience that you all will get to enjoy is initially you will create an account, and this will kind of be a standard process of you're going to create a PlayerMint account, and then you'll be able to create a Cardano based wallet that attaches to that account. And then finally, you're going to link your Epic Gaming account. So what that means is your Epic Games account is kind of the first game that we're going to be supporting is Fortnite, and the game developers behind that are Epic Games. So if you link your Epic Games account, what we're able to do with that is then as you play video games, we're able to kind of pull data in, see how well you're performing, and then because we have access to your wallet, distribute out our fungible token PMX to it. So that kind of brings us to the second step of the user experience, the get paid to play portion. So what you're looking at there is kind of a nice kind of a dashboard as to what's the total PMX prize pool in that Epic, how many people are competing for that prize pool, what's the time until that prize pool is distributed, and then your ranking, your payout, and then jumping into things like your actual stats and where you place on the leaderboard.
Yeah, and something I'll add to that is in this phase, we're really starting with like a UGC type of model, like a user generated content type of model where people can create things like community membership NFTs and these different assets that they can create. And then all this infrastructure will then allow studios to also use it to create in-game items. So you'll go from a UGC stage to a more like game studio development interface, and then the marketplace will allow all of that to flow.
Awesome. Great. So the next step on kind of the user journey after you've made your portfolio or your profile, your wallet, linked those game accounts. Now you've started to earn some PMX. Now you're kind of asking yourself, what am I going to do with all this PMX I'm earning via gameplay performance? So that's kind of where in our launch product, you'll get to enter the NFT portion of PlayerMint. So this is where this token that you've earned via gameplay performance, you'll be able to mint NFTs onto Cardano with it. And then you'll also be able to set those NFTs up for sale on our marketplace. So maybe you want to buy an NFT from your favorite content creator because it offers unique access to their Discord community, or maybe you just want to buy a super cool piece of art from a great content creator that you know. You'll all be able to do that through the PMX fungible token earned via gameplay performance. Great. So moving on to kind of our product roadmap, we kind of wanted to give everyone an overview as to what's our march towards launch. When will you all actually be able to hold the PlayerMint product in your hands, maybe test out the prototype, kind of review the code base and enjoy all of these kind of fun features. We are currently at the design phase in our product roadmap. As you might see, we have scope, has that beautiful green check mark on it. So that was what we referred to internally as the product requirement document. That was kind of like everything that the PlayerMint product includes in its scope. What is it going to include? We signed off on that with our dev group Chromion, and now they are currently in the design phase, as you've kind of seen the varying design files on previous slides. So this design stage is currently in the process of being wrapped up. We're just receiving design files from them, doing a little bit of review, and then they're kind of implementing that review and giving us an updated design file. Once we go through that process, which should be completed rather quickly, that's when we will have the prototype out to you all, and you all will get to enjoy it and kind of mess around with it, click through it. And then we jump into the actual kind of code base of it. So we're going to, then they're going to open up a GitHub repository. They're going to start filling that up with the code base that actually shows here is how PlayerMint is going to work from a backend perspective. And we want to make that all open source as possible. So if anyone has good knowledge on how to open source code in a proper way, we're more than happy to hear it out. Once we kind of launch that code base, we of course want to get it audited. We want to make sure that everyone's funds that are locked behind this code, you can trust the code and you don't have to just trust the people building it behind it, because we'll have good audits. We'll have it be open source. And then finally, after it's audited and everything gets kind of the all clear, we want to then launch it. Oh, it looks like Matilda has decided to start kind of I will just remove them. Awesome. All right, Matilda has been removed. Sorry about that, y'all. It seems as though they decided to write across the screen. Come on, Matilda. Anyways, Grant, is there any way that you'd be able to stop sharing your screen and then reshare your screen? I think that should remove the coloring. Sorry about that, everyone. We were hoping that we wouldn't have any problems arise, but hey, it's one
of the things we're working through.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you so much, Grant.
Yep.
Great. So we just finished up the product roadmap stuff. For after we have that audit and we feel like we're ready to launch, we want to launch basically right in step with the Alonzo hard fork. So as soon as Alonzo hard fork occurs, we will have the smart contracts ready. I believe Charles Hoskinson released a great video on that yesterday, and we're looking really good in terms of our march towards that hard fork. So as soon as that occurs, we will launch the PlayerMint protocol because we'll have those smart contracts ready. Great. And then we have the fundraising roadmap. This is going to be my last slide before I hand it over to Grant. So as some of you all might know, because you all were supporting us in Project Catalyst Fund 4, we were lucky enough to receive funding from the community. And we're currently going through the process of receiving those funds and then distributing them out to our dev group. So massive, massive thank you for everyone that supported us in that regard. Currently, we are in Catalyst Fund 5. So if anyone is I believe the last day to vote is tomorrow. If anyone thinks, hey, PlayerMint seems like a quality project and they'd like to vote for us, we have a proposal in there called PlayerMint P2 Metaverse Toolkit. So if anyone's interested in helping us out, we would love your vote. If you feel as though we're not deserving of it, that's also totally cool. I just highly encourage everyone to go out and vote. I also want to say at this moment that AdaQuest and NFT Maker, who are going to be presenting later on, also have proposals in Fund 5. Highly, highly recommend checking them out. And if you feel like those two projects deserve your vote as well, be sure to do so before the voting time ends. As soon as we kind of finish up things with Fund 5, something we've been doing in the background is a bit of angel investors. So Grant and I and the rest of the team have been kind of pitching to angel investors, various people, seeing if from an equity side of things, is there a quality businessman or woman out there that we can sell a bit of equity to, gain some sort of advising role from them. So we have further knowledge and resources to make the product even better. And we also have fundraising to, pay ourselves, pay our developers, pay for things like marketing and ambassadors and all that kind of fun stuff. So in terms of fundraising, that is where we're at. Grant, I'll hand it off to you.
Great. So next week, we're going to be sending out the white paper for peer review. The last stage is implementing the final design elements. So we've got an onboarding page and a wallet page that will be sent to us in the next few days. And then we'll send out the white paper, and anybody that wants to review it and give us feedback, that would be greatly appreciated. And so the Cardano Gaming Guild. So we've been speaking with AdaQuest. Marcin is on the call representing AdaQuest today. And we're talking about different ways that we can build the Cardano gaming community and advance it as an industry. So we're all going to be working together and helping each other grow. And so this is going to be something that continues to evolve. Maybe Marcin, you would like to jump on really quick to give a couple words. You could.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Hey, unmute working. Hi guys. Hi everybody. I'm wondering where Matilda is. Okay. So whatever. Regarding the Cardano Gaming Guild, yeah. We the same as PlayerMint. AdaQuest is also full of guys who like gaming and the project, and everyone is coming up with the idea to form something like this for Cardano. So it is not only sharing contacts and the network and so on. This is a benefit which will be this or the other way available because we are talking to each other. It's all about insights, also not only from the participant, from the guys who are in the guild. It's also about the community, yeah, because we know we are from 2019 at Cardano, and we know that there are a lot of gamers, and they are looking for a place where they can talk about the things which are going on, the gaming business and the gaming environment. And I thought it would be a great idea, together with Aidan and Grant and all other guys, all other stake pool operators, projects on Cardano, which are involved in the gaming universe, to form something like a gaming guild, a place where we can all talk about the most important thing in our life, gaming.
Yeah, and this will continue to evolve. So it'll probably be something that we continue to talk about at further town halls. So we'll keep everybody updated on what's going on with that. So one of the first initiatives that we want to do with this Cardano Gaming Guild is a Cardano Rocket League tournament. So we've been working with Retro Stake Pool to set this up and a handful of others. And you can expect this to be next week. And to give kind of a picture, it'll be a 1v1 bracket. So we're going to send out the signups soon, and then the bracket will generate, and then we'll have NFT and ADA rewards for the tournament. And then we'll be using Nft Maker to mint the trophy and some of the other rewards as well. So with that, I'm going to open it up for a Q&A session before we hand it off to the projects today.
Great. Yeah. So if you have a question, you kind of have two options here. You can either raise your hand and then we will unmute you like Patrick has done, and or you can send it into the chat. So either way works. Please, we're happy to answer your questions.
Cool. Then I start. Thanks for presenting. It's super interesting to just follow your whole journey through this whole project. To be honest, I mean, you started and now you're really far, and you have a white paper and all that stuff. It's amazing to just see your growth. But I'm very interested in the tokenomics of PlayerMint. Like you always mention that you pay people for playing in your token, in your PMX token, right? And you know, I'm like a little bit curious here, because paying people for when they play doesn't really give you anything back, so you don't really earn any ADA for that, right? So how are you even paying them? Because sending out tokens isn't free on Cardano, and you have to pay transaction fees and min UTXO fees and stuff like that. So are there any plans to do this, or is this like mainly a front end thing and you will implement it later? Or yeah.
So yeah, so on the tokenomics, a lot of this will be in the white paper that we share next week. But from a supply and demand perspective, you have the ADA, or not the ADA, the PMX that is going out and rewarding on the supply side, and on the demand side, you need PMX to mint and trade the items. And then in order to access a pro account and other features on the platform requires you to have the token. So as our economy grows and as more users join the system, the demand side also increases with that. And then from there it becomes a volume game of more items being minted, more things trading. And
how are you going to make money off of this? I mean, supply and demand is great, but are you going to limit the supply of PMX tokens which go out to then sell your own PMX tokens to?
Yeah, so there's a fixed distribution. So there's only a set amount that gets distributed over time, and that amount is set that can be distributed. So you might do something in the game, but there's the reward pool is fixed. So it's not like for example, like in World of Warcraft, like when you get gold, every time you complete a quest, it gives you the gold. So there's just like the supply gets overinflated. The reward pool is fixed so that that doesn't happen.
Okay.
And then
cool.
in terms of like UTXO stuff in the distribution of the actual tokens. So one thing that we definitely want to take advantage of is Babel fees. So we'd love to, for example, partner up with any stake pools that are willing to essentially make it so that we can pay for the distribution of PMX with PMX. If at first that needs to be done with ADA, the company will do it with ADA. But we're also looking at tools being developed within the system. For example, I saw a great Catalyst presentation on Hedron, which was kind of a mechanism that I believe Kyle Solomon developed, where you can distribute tokens to an address when that address pays you something. So we're looking at different options, like for example, implementing that in our NFT marketplace, so you can have this nice distribution based off of payment. And then we're also just kind of looking at a variety of other tools. We've also looked at something called Firehose, and we're kind of looking throughout the marketplace to see if there's quality distribution mechanisms. If it seems like we do really need to rely on just kind of paying the transaction fees initially before we can kind of get some sort of Babel fee set up with a stake pool, that is what we will do. And we have a variety of tactics in which we can approach that. Maybe we set up our own stake pool so that we can cover the cost of sending those transactions out with the ADA that we mint via the blocks, or maybe we do something like, sell a small portion of PMX in order to gain ADA for distribution. So we have a variety of approaches to that. And we're kind of seeing what's the best option, but we will definitely make sure that users are able to receive their funds and not have to pay massive amounts of fees in order to receive them and then distribute them out to others.
Yeah, and
Cool.
then on the distribution, just like a little more that I add is like you have a leaderboard, and then the distribution is based off of your placement on the leaderboard with a fixed supply of the token.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, Andy, it is going to you.
Hi guys, I'm Andy. You had mentioned, and I'd watched one of your previous interviews. You guys had mentioned some industry partners and trying to work with, specifically Fortnite now. And I was just curious if you guys had already tried to reach out to Epic Games or some of these other companies to already kind of establish those connections. I know that some of the bigger companies, aren't as, I'm not too familiar with Epic, but they're sometimes not as nimble and as quick to jump onto new trends. So just wondering where you guys were in that process or what you could share.
Yeah, we have a team with a very long history in the gaming industry. Today it's just Aiden and I, but two of the other team members have been in the gaming industry for decades. They helped found E3, work for IGN, and more. So we have a really strong network in the industry, and we've been talking to a number of these studios, and those conversations will really ramp up as we launch the product and as things are really rolling. And as we can speak to those things, we'll be sure to keep everybody involved in what's going on with that.
Yeah, and then specifically to speak a bit more about Epic Games, Epic Games in Fortnite, they have this massive approach to kind of the permissionless access. I think they kind of echo a lot of the blockchain ethos of people should be able to access things, for example, with what they've tried to do with their lawsuit with Apple. But so Epic Games has also kind of taken a big approach at trying to construct the metaverse and enabling third parties like ourselves to build tooling and platforms on top of the games that they've been building. So for example, Epic has launched a tool set called Epic Online Services. And what this basically does is provide us account authentication and API access to the actual Fortnite gameplay. So what we can use their Epic Online Services toolkit for is to authenticate that this person actually owns this Epic Games account. And then we can do API requests through that account and basically say, hey, how many eliminations has this person had in the past 5 days? How many deaths have they had in the past 5 days? How many battle royale victories have they had in the past 5 days? And then we can use that data and aggregate it to then determine how we should distribute out PMX. So what's great is we'll actually have our oracle, you could say, is actually from the company Epic itself. So we'll be getting those tools directly from them. That is what's going to allow us to kind of get into their system and kind of get at the player data as well as authenticate accounts.
Yeah, and to add to that, something super exciting that Epic is working on is that they're kind of going in the direction of Roblox with this open world for people to create and build stuff. And what they're doing is they're giving the Unreal Engine and all of the tools that they use to build Fortnite to everybody to create a shared virtual space to build things. And then this will be one of the tools that you can use in that environment. So this is going to add a lot of economic dynamics to that environment. So that's one of the things that we're really excited about, and also why we have a Fortnite focus right now.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, guys.
Yeah,
Of course. Great. Do we have any other questions? No worries if not. I know we got 3 amazing presentations coming up here, but if we have any other questions, we're happy to answer them right now, or you're more than welcome to join our Discord or send us a message via Twitter and we can answer them as well. So if I don't see any more hands or any more texts. Okay, great. We have Felix saying, just wanted to say that you are awesome. Oh, thanks, Felix. Felix is a wonderful member. Felix is this wonderful member of the Catalyst Circle. He's a great person. If any of you all are interested in getting further involved in Project Catalyst, highly recommend coming to the Catalyst Swarm sessions. We had one yesterday at 1700, same time as this, but on Saturday, 1700 UTC. Amazing time. If anyone's interested. Stefan asks, did I understand that correctly? The better you play, the more tokens you get. Stefan, you did understand that correctly. So our distribution model Grant explained this to me, and it's this concept that our distribution model echoes that of Bitcoin's, where in Bitcoin, you have these miners competing to solve complex math equations in order to earn Bitcoin block rewards. Our reinvention of that is, instead of having, computers that are using the resource of, computing power, you have players, and their resource instead is the amount of gameplay performance and skill that they can display. And what they're competing for is that prize pool of PMX. So the more skill that you have in the video game, the more tokens or PMX that you will earn.
Yeah, and then one thing I'll also add to that is how the very first tokens will enter circulation. So there's not going to be like a crowd sale or an ICO or anything like that. The very first tokens will be earned by people playing.
Awesome. If anyone has a question, feel free to raise that hand or send a text. Stefan, if you have a follow-up to that, we're happy to answer it. If not, we'll hand it over to Patrick to present NFT Maker. Okay, William asks, if other game projects should join the guild, and if they use PMX in their distributions, will they be able to use different rules such as earning for other metrics? Great question, William. So in terms of using PMX inside of your distributions, you're able to there's 2 routes that you can go there. The first route is if you want the minting supply, so the supply of PMX that's getting distributed out on a 5-day basis that has not entered circulation yet, if you want that supply to be rewarding people for playing your game, that's something where, we would want to first make sure that, one, it makes the gameplay performance matches up with the user base, because right now we're supporting that with Fortnite. So if we were to add another game, we'd have to determine what supply of the minting supply, the supply entering circulation would be essentially assigned to your game and rewarding people for playing it. So that's one option, and that we would have to determine the metrics together as to how that would function. The other option you have is if you want to earn or buy a portion of PMX, and then you essentially can make your own prize pools of PMX, and then you could determine the metrics however you'd like as to how that PMX will be distributed out to people playing your video game. In terms of how that references the guild, the Cardano Gaming Guild is really just, it's not specific to PlayerMint. It's just an idea that Marcin and brought up with Grant and I about how can the gamers of Cardano come together and support one another. So that's that's more so just like, hey, let's make sure that the gaming projects on Cardano have a kind of support system to help one another out. That's not specific to PlayerMint in the games that we will support. Okay, so it sounds like we'll talk about it at another time. That sounds great. Feel free to message me on Discord. I believe that we're already talking at the moment. So great. If anyone else has a question, feel free to raise that hand or send out a chat message. All right.
Yeah.
Why don't
let's hand it off to Patrick with NFT Maker. He's going to be the first project to present today at the Spotlight.
Cool.
Thank you. Then I will try to share my screen.
Oh, Paul has a quick question. In terms of when we want to release the first white paper draft, that will occur next week. Thank you,
Okay.
Miles. Thank you, Paul. Take it away, Patrick.
Okay, can you actually see my screen? I'm not aware. Yep. Okay, perfectly, or perfect, I'd say. Yeah, then thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be here. I'm a big fan of PlayerMint, and I've been following you guys for a long time, as I mentioned earlier. And I really wish you all the best with the project. Before I start with my actual presentation about NFT Maker, which is my full-time job at the moment and my main thing that I focus on, I just wanted to mention something which I'm very excited about, and that is actually my bachelor thesis, which I recently finished, and now I finally also got graded, so I can talk more about it. And that is actually a bachelor thesis about combining the world of gaming and the world of Cardano and decentralization into one big project. As you can see, it's about the Meshverse, as I call it. So it's basically a decentralized protocol for a 3D world, kind of like a decentralized Roblox or a decentralized Second Life, something around these lines. Very much into the direction of a metaverse or an Oasis type of thing. And it's very interesting because you mentioned Epic Games earlier, and they're also going in that direction. And then there's Facebook, which is always going in this direction, and there are many other companies which are pushing into this direction. And I'm a little bit scared of that. I think it's super exciting, of course, but I'm also scared to have this much power in the hands of very few companies. So I think we as a community have to push the decentralized approach onto this this concept. And Decentraland on Ethereum is doing something similar, and they're doing an amazing job. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much more about this because I have limited time, but that's what I've been writing my bachelor thesis about. These are the 4 problems that are solved with this protocol. So the access, storage, ownership, and interactivity. And I have some working prototypes. It's actually quite exciting. I'm super happy. But that's it about this topic. Now to the actual topic why I'm here and what I've been doing basically since I stopped studying and I started my adult life. And that is the NFT Maker. So the NFT Maker is at the moment a very simple platform. It's the easiest way to create NFTs on Cardano at this moment. I would argue it's also the most successful NFT minting platform. So we have this amazing statistic which I always have to highlight, and I'm not trying to brag here, but I'm just very happy about it, because our approach was always to put usability first and make it as easy as possible to create your own NFTs and enter the NFT space on Cardano. And the fact that over 1/3 of all token policies on Cardano are currently minted using the NFT Maker kind of tells me that we've been successful with this approach, because we haven't minted most NFTs or most tokens on Cardano, but we have brought in the biggest amount of people into the space. So every single token policy would be one person who decided to visit NFT Maker and then create their own NFT. Maybe not only one, but like a few. That's of course also possible, but still the amount is like very high, and I'm glad that it worked out so well. And that's where we're currently at. And where we are going is actually a decentralized NFT marketplace. So that's our goal. We currently have a Project Catalyst proposal for that in as well. So if you haven't voted, please consider voting for that. You still have 1 day, I believe. And yes, we want to build a decentralized marketplace. We already have the design ready. We also have coded most of it. This is also done in Figma, just to highlight that Figma is a great tool, and my designers and the team really love it. And we have some more screens that I can show you. So this is like roughly how it's going to look. And that's coming together and will launch after smart contracts are actually live on the Cardano mainnet. And yes, that's like a part of what we want to do. Still, to highlight the whole mission, we want to make NFTs accessible to everyone. That was the goal with the NFT Maker version 1, which I mentioned, and I think we had a pretty good success with that and in making it accessible. And now we want to push this even a step further and make the trading and selling of NFTs more accessible. And to get back a little bit to the gaming topic here, we have divided the NFT Maker into 2 core products, which I always talk about. So the main one is, of course, the NFT Maker platform, which is going to be the marketplace, right? So it's going to be just consumer to consumer. Artists can go there and upload their NFTs, their art, create NFTs, and sell them on the marketplace. And that's very exciting, and that's what a lot of people want, and it's quite flashy, I would say. And many people are working, of course, on competing marketplaces, but I think we still have a fair shot on that because we focus on art and not really on trading and collectibles. But the second core product that we are building, and which is actually already live to some degree at least, is the NFT Maker Pro, which is more like a backend service that you can use to implement the NFT Maker tools into your own product. So the idea is here to have like a B2B business model, business to business, and have partners like, for example, PlayerMint, or for example, other NFT marketplaces that want to build upon our services, or video game studios. It doesn't really matter. All these companies can go ahead, use our API, use our pro services, and then implement it into their backend and into their technology very easily, and have native NFT minting, trading, and all that stuff in their own products. So that's very exciting to me, and that's definitely the direction that we want to push a lot. I'm always talking about we, so here are some other pictures. These are the 3 founders behind NFT Maker. So me, who's like the technical lead and the Cardano guy in the team, then Fahim, who's our designer, and Peter, who's like a little bit between design and product development. Both extremely capable people, and it's been so much fun to just develop this and push this. And we've founded a company here in Germany and are really pursuing this seriously. And I'm even now working on this full time. So after university, I haven't gotten a job besides this, and I'm just spending all my time with Cardano now, which is quite exciting to be, at least. That's it. I tried to go through it quite quickly. I hope it was okay. And if you have any questions, anything at all, then you're very welcome to ask. I see 2 questions already. Wow. Actually can't hear you, Aiden, if you're trying to say something.
Oh, I'll let Marcin go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Patrick, thank you for the presentation. For us as an independent gaming studio, it's of course the much anticipated and feature that we like to talk about with you directly would be the API thing for the NFT Maker Pro. But you mentioned just the NFT Maker for just only consumer business. But what, as we from just our independent studio, like to sell some NFTs from our project on your platform. Which one we should use, the NFT Pro or the standard NFT Maker?
That is a great question. I think it really depends. If you want to have NFTs inside of your game, so you want to have, for example, some kind of item as an NFT, then it makes a lot of sense to use the Pro tool because you have to interact with the blockchain inside of your game, right? So that's exactly what the Pro tool is for. If you just want to sell, like screenshots or certain moments from your game, or even sell the items itself, you would then go ahead and most likely do that on the regular NFT platform, NFT Maker platform. But our whole approach with going into this Pro direction is that we want to enable white label solutions, because that's like the missing thing in the NFT space at the moment. Most NFT marketplaces like Rarible and OpenSea, they're very unattractive to like large companies or even small companies. It doesn't really matter, or like famous artists, because they don't want to have their art or their product associated with like these weird platforms where people upload like crazy crypto art and stuff. So the idea is that you could theoretically go ahead and build your own NFT marketplace just for your specific use case. So just for your players and gamers that want to trade their items or so.
Okay, and hopefully the API will be able, or with the API, we as a gaming studio can just choose the part we are using on our marketplace, because AdaQuest will also have its own in-game marketplace, but we are looking, of course, for corporations like with PlayerMint and other companies to share our art and our NFTs also on other marketplaces. So that's why I'm asking, because maybe we will not need everything from the NFT Maker Pro, so just a few tools. So I guess this will be available.
Yeah, you can choose whatever API endpoints you want to use. And if you only need like one specific thing, if you only need the minting, for example, then you can, of course, do that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. And then Crypto Overlord has a great question for you. Patrick, you mentioned 3D object support in the NFT marketplace. Will we be able to view them in 3D also?
Yes, I mean, if we support 3D objects in the NFT marketplace, of course, you will be able to view them in 3D as well. I can't promise that we will launch the 3D stuff right with the first version of NFT Maker version 2, because there's a lot of stuff that's like a little bit more important at the beginning. But we actually have like a 3D artist on the team. So Peter is actually our Blender guru, and he's very much into 3D art, so it's definitely high up the priority list, and will be implemented at some point, for sure.
Wonderful. Now, does anyone else have a question for Patrick?
Hey, Patrick.
Wonderful. Almost made it.
I hope not.
Does anyone have a question for Patrick in the wonderful NFT Maker? I'm super excited about this project myself, and I've definitely that stat of a third of the token policies on Cardano is definitely a big one. So massive congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, as you said earlier, they have a Fund 5 proposal, so definitely check out that proposal. They're hard workers in the Cardano community, and I believe you're a stake pool operator yourself. So, yeah, if anyone else has a question for Patrick, or if Patrick, you have any kind of closing remarks before we hand it over to Lil Goats, we'll take a little moment to see if there's any hands raised or any text sent. So it looks like Kareem has asked a question, and I apologize if I pronounce any of these names wrong. Have you seen Meta Hero? If we make a device like them, is it possible to make NFT?
I actually haven't. Can anybody give me like a very short rundown of what Meta Hero is?
I have not heard about it myself. So here, I think they would like to speak to it.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hey there.
if you have any seen Meta Hero, they made a device that they photograph every side of your body and made you a hero in the games. You should, and I want to know about if it is possible, if we made a device like them, is it possible to make NFT in this platform?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, that's the idea. The whole idea of the NFT Maker Pro is we don't exactly know what our users want, because everybody has like a very different project. You can have a game, or you can have a 3D scanning device like Meta Hero in this case. And because of that, because we don't know what our users want, we are building something which is so open and extendable that every project should be able to implement it and like gain some benefit out of it.
Okay.
It sounds like a great device, by the way. I have to look that up.
Yes, yes.
Great. Awesome. Wonderful. So does anyone else have a question for Patrick? I think we could do one more, but we do got to hand it off over to Lil Goat. So if anyone has one last question for Patrick, and then Patrick, if there's any place where if people have future questions that they can ask you, that you're more than welcome to kind of direct them somewhere.
I'll write my email into the chat. But
wonderful.
You know, you can contact me everywhere. It's been crazy. People have even found my private locked Instagram and contacted me there about NFT Maker. So, you know, I answer everywhere. Yeah.
Wonderful. Great. So last call for questions. Great. I think Patrick, congrats. Amazing job. Really rooting for you. Best of luck in Fund 5. All right. Lil Goats, would you like to share your screen, and we can look forward to hearing your presentation. And also, who is presenting for Lil Goats? If you could just raise your hand so I can unmute you. Awesome. Thank you, Pierre.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
I gotta say, Patrick's presentation was deadly. That was awesome, Patrick. Really cool work you're doing with NFT Maker. And we should really take a look as well on the NFT Pro to integrate on our future game that we're developing. So first, I want to talk about myself. My name is Pierre. I'm the lead developer on Lil Goats, and I've been developing web and mobile application for 14 years now, and on my own web agency here in Brazil. And a couple months back, I decided to start working on this project. I'm a huge fan of Cardano for quite a while now, and we decided to build a fun game on the Cardano blockchain. So I joined Sabrina, which is my co-founder, and let me share my screen here real quick. So I can show you guys around. Can you guys see my screen? Wow, so that's our project, Lil Goats. The plan here is to build a fun game where people can battle. It's a kind of a battle royale game where you have an arena, and the arenas, of course, will be NFTs as well, and you can earn income from the battles that happen on the arena you play. And basically you have to destroy each other, and the last standing wins the match. So it's a bit simple. We're trying to make the game simple, but with fun mechanics, and so people can have fun and also make money while playing the game. This is what we're looking for, the gameplay. You can send the emotes to joke around. And this scenery is inspired on our local region here on northeast Brazil, which we have this big, huge rocks with engravings on it, and it's called Inga. And goats are really popular here in my region. They help the poor communities survive the rough weather. And here's some of our goats. This is a spoiler, one of our limited edition goat. It's really rare one, this one. And this is gonna be kind of like how our game will look like. So my team, we started to develop this project in April, and right now we are up to 10 members already. So we're growing pretty fast. And you can look at our website, leoghost.io. You will find our policy ID, and you'll find some screenshots and the team that's working with us. Maria Camo, some of you might know, it's a YouTuber. She's working with us on promoting the project and the education around it. And we are working with designers and game artists and animators. We currently have 2 positions open. We are in need of a Node.js developer, someone with very good expertise on Node.js and game networking, and also marketing community manager. So, and our project, basically, we committed to also give away 10% of all our project income annually. So everything the project makes in revenue will be donated to charitable causes. We want to fight carbon emission and poverty around here in Brazil, in some regions that really need it. So, and I think more projects should do this as well. I would like to see more projects trying to give away and to support weak communities that need some help, right? So basically that's it. I'm not gonna make this too long. This is basically it. The game is still under development. If you have any questions, you can join our Discord channel. It is our main channel. We are also doing sales here. You can buy your goat on the website over the buy now. And you can buy your goat. And if you have any questions, you can send it. Take a look at our website or send to us on Discord. Any questions?
Fantastic job. That was amazing. Great job, Pierre. I'm really excited for Little Goats. Grant was telling me about them before we kind of hopped on the presentation. So it looks like Miles has a question for you. So take it away, Miles.
Yeah, so my only question would be, how do we get that rare goat, the really rare one?
Yeah, you have a shot. You can take a look at your percentage, your chance to grab a rare here. There are only 5 goats that are really rare for sale right now, but you can take a look at how much chance you have on a purchase. Depending on the amount you buy, you have more chances to win a rare or a super rare, which is the limited edition. So basically, if you go 100 here, you have a 70% chance to grab one, which will be one of the hundreds. We have 2 kinds of more rare goats. There are the limited edition and the rare edition. Let me show you guys out.
Yeah, I'd love to know, because I've just heard about this project also from Grant in a Discord that we talk on. And I don't know a lot, but it seems to be as if there's a way to purchase a random, so you get a random little goat, and there's also a way to buy them, right? So then you can go ahead and sell whatever you acquire through the randomized process. Is that correct, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, you can only buy them randomly right now. We started to make a system to be able to sell them on demand, per request, direct request, but right now, the only way to buy it is randomly.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you for letting me know.
No worries. Any other questions?
Yeah, great question, Miles. So I have a question. However, I'm going to leave it to the audience. So if anyone in the audience has a great question about Little Goats, NFT stuff, what they're up to, how the game's going to function, just throw it in the chat or feel free to raise your hand. Patrick had a great question there.
Sorry, Patrick, not yet. But we plan to do that for items and later features in the game. I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah, this has served you some service, Patrick. But it looks like we have another great question from Crypto Overlord. They're asking, what game engine will they use?
Unity, for sure. We are already working on Unity. It will be 2D for start, but Unity is the way to go.
Awesome. I have a quick question. What is the kind of development roadmap looking like? Because I love video games, of course. That's why I'm kind of making PlayerMint. When would if I bought one of these logos, when would I be able to kind of jump in and kind of enjoy the kind of battle royale format?
Yeah, the game is still under development, and a lot rely on the smart contract functionalities and the Plutus playground deployment and so on. But we plan to, on the first semester of the next year, we plan to be releasing the main game. Before that, we will be releasing a beta version of the game for our community to play and test, and so we can take some feedbacks. So we will be releasing a beta version of the game on our Discord channel for early users.
Awesome. And then Patrick has a question. What's your favorite game?
Oh man, right now I'm just enjoying Axie Infinity. I'm having so much fun playing Axie Infinity that it's just amazing. And I'm also following up quite closely because that thing is blooming, right? It's exploding, and they have quite some challenges there with the running network and so on. And so I've been following up quite closely with the work.
Wonderful. Yeah, it seems like a fun game to play. All these great blockchain-based games coming out. Yeah, wonderful. Does anyone else have a question for Pierre on Lil Goats? Oh, it looks like we have two coming up. From Blaine, how many Lil Goats do you need to play and earn? Can you earn more by owning more Lil Goats?
Yeah, we will have a feature to rent goats. So if you have many goats, you can rent them for other players to play with to battle with them, and you will earn a revenue from renting your goats. But in order to play, you only need one.
Awesome. And then Stefan asks, how long does a game last? There's a game called Brawl Stars that can be played during a smoke break.
Yeah, we're looking into 5 minutes matches. We might allow the players to choose how long the battle can last when setting the battle room. But right now we are looking at 5-minute battles.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think that's that. I've played Brawl Stars before, and that seems right around a similar timing. So yeah, that's really exciting. Does anyone else have a question for Pierre of Lil Goats? I've really enjoyed the presentation, and I'm definitely gonna have to take a quicker look. Wonderful. So we have two more questions from you, from Blaine. So renting goats would be similar to the scholarship program on Axie.
Yep, exactly.
Wonderful. And then Felix asks, will there be team play possible?
Well, it's a good thing you asked, because right now we are looking for the feedback on this. Right now we want you solo playing. It's everyone against everyone. But depending on the demand of our community, we will look into team play battles.
Awesome. Yeah, I have a feeling Felix asked in yesterday's Catalyst Swarm, we all played Among Us and some poker. So I'm wondering if Felix is looking for another Catalyst Swarm game night. Yeah, wonderful. Well, I think that amazing presentation, Pierre. I'm super excited about Lil Goats. If anyone, feel free to send your kind of links into the chat where people can kind of, join your Discord, where people can kind of check out more about your project. Feel free to send those. Thank you so much for presenting at the first PlayerMint Town Hall.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the platform, guys. PlayerMint is doing an amazing work, and I hope we can do this later. sometime when we have the game running.
Of course. Yeah, no, we're definitely going to do this multiple times, and we'd love to have projects come back up and kind of share more progress updates. Wonderful. So Marcin, it is handed over to you. I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself, and then feel free to, feel free to share your screen, and we can hear more about AdaQuest.
Okay, I will. You cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
So Pierre, would you be willing to just kind of end your screen share?
So you see the goats try to manipulate AdaQuest already. By the way, thank you, Pierre. It was a great presentation. Also, once again to Patrick. Great to see all the stuff that's coming up. So do not talk too much, as I will now do. I share my screen. I hope you can see everybody the intro screen of my presentation, right? Okay, Aiden? Yeah, okay, great. So thanks, Aiden and PlayerMint for the invite today. And since we already hold this presentation, I like to do some updated insights on AdaQuest today. We are still Red Potion Studios, I'd like to talk today a little bit about our small indie project. So,
Marcin, real quick, sorry, we can see at the moment we just have your script in view, and it just blocks your slides. So we just wanted to mention that before we continue. No worries, continue.
So I wonder why this is still
we can no longer see it.
Okay, great. So now it's fine. So what is this all about that I like to talk today? It's not only that I like to repeat the same presentation I hold on Catalyst Swarm already. AdaQuest is a Cardano blockchain-fueled NFT-based classic RPG with competitive game modes. Yeah, but this sounds very complicated, but it's very, very easy because we are pen and paper RPG and fantasy fans, which like the Cardano project very much. And since we got the gaming industry background a few years ago, we like and think about to create a fictional world of Ada, and took everything we learned in the last 30 years about fantasy and RPGs into this world, and let also everything flew into this world. Like you see this disk world and the three objects, the three moons, which are named Plutus, Mary, and the third one is Basho, of course. Yeah, so these are our own common names from the Cardano universe. So we like to have not only names which are common for Cardano, so also the universe will be inspired by Cardano. And this we do, of course, with NFTs. Yeah, shout out to Patrick, Nft Maker. And but what is the special thing about our NFTs is that these NFTs will be usable in the game. So just think about you think. Just think about this, that you just buy an NFT card, which will be a limited series, which will be minted, and you can use it, your hero, directly to play within the AdaQuest modes, which I like to introduce to you in a few seconds. What makes our NFT cards special? This is the most important part, because our cards are not only NFT cards that you can use in the game, but you will be able to participate in special events, and you will be able not only to collect monsters and heroes or items, but you will be also able to get some NFT drops within the game, and earn additional NFTs within the game. We can all do this with a self-developed direct-to-wallet NFT marketplace. So just imagine something like Fortnite. You create an account, connect your wallet like at PlayerMint, and you can buy directly the NFT without waiting that somebody verified this or something like this. So there's no wait time, and you can do it directly. Most important thing is we are not a pay-to-win project, so most of the NFTs will be decorative, and everything else you will just earn through gameplay, and successful gameplay, hopefully. So speed it a little bit up. We're starting with 4 tribes. Somebody already read it on Twitter. Mage, Elf, Dwarves, and Barbarians are the main tribes. Each tribe will have its own place in the world, and players can influence the way Ada will also develop, and of course how the world and all the tribes will conquer. This will be fully, hopefully, integrated in phase 3. Very, very important. So about the game phases, because the last time I presented, a lot of people asked me what this is going to be. The first game phase we are looking for, currently also under development, is a dual mini game where we focus on hero skill and item leveling. So you know this, you just choose your hero and have the chance to fight via matchmaking another hero, which will be an NPC or a player, and all you will do here is choose different attacks, different defense skills, and so on. So this will allow us mostly to do a lot of balancing for the following game phases, and this is, we are looking really for that we can make this into the development phase, because it's all about creating a dungeon crawler in Unity 3D, and this will be intense. We need more manpower for this, of course. That's why we are also running on Fund 5 at the Catalyst platform. And as you see here in the sum up, this will be the first time you can collect season points for your tribe. How this is going to work, we can talk about this on our Discord channel and so on, because as I already mentioned, in the first phase, the world of Ada will evolve and grow, and it all depends on how every tribe will be successful within a season. Season gameplay, you know it from Fortnite, very common. Meanwhile, in the gaming industry, the third phase, and this is something about 2022-23, is the most challenging dev part. And we see here fantasy general, so it's all about skirmish. Just imagine you got little armies, and they will fight each other, also with an advanced matchmaking technology. It's tactical gameplay. And this gameplay will also, but also this, not only this gameplay, this phase will connect all three game modes together. So as you imagine, the dual mode is just a fast-paced mode for a quick smoke break, smoking break. The second one will be, so this crawler will be last 30 to 60 minutes and you will run through this dungeon and will be finished. And the third one will take sometimes longer than an hour. And this is also the part where you get the most season points for your tribe. So for every target group, that's very important, because every target group has its own style to play, and we like to do it for all three groups. So short, mid, and long gameplay, that's what we like to cover up within this whole project. I just claim some additional info here. Everything is expandable, of course. As the community grows and the project grows, we hope that we can also add further game mechanics into it. So currently we launched the website. You can visit ada-quest.com. It's the first initial start, so you can currently not register. This will be the next step, where you can join a pre-sale, buy some heroes, and hopefully do the dual thing. So phase one, we hope that this will be by the end of 2021. For 2022, we are looking to start developing the crawler, the dungeon crawler. So I don't want to go through all this because we are already talking a lot about all the other stuff, but the special offer, which the Catalyst Swarm community liked very much, was our special offer that we just gave the funding back to the Cardano Catalyst program if our project will be successful. That's our special offer. And regarding our team, because a lot of people ask who we are, especially our coder, Dick Potulski, who worked on a lot of stuff on Ubisoft. Myself is from a lot of publishers, like THQ, Ubisoft also, and a lot of other little and small startups I worked in the last 15 years. All the other guys here, you can catch up on Discord and talk to them. So we are freely, and you just don't have to wait. You can ask also now some questions if you like. And I hope you support a little bit of our project. I saw some guys already voted on Catalyst 5. Thank you on this, and shout out to you guys. And let's start with a question and answer round. And I hope I can ask all the questions you already have.
Awesome. Wonderful job, Marcin. Great. Yeah, super exciting for Ada Quest. Best of luck in Fun 5. If anyone has a question, feel free to raise your hand and we'll unmute you, or you can send a message into the chat. And if no one else has questions, I, of course, always do.
Okay.
Awesome. I guess I'll ask one to start off with then. Patrick Patrick has one right here. Okay. What happens if you don't get Fund 5 funding?
So we hope we can just collect some budget through the NFT presale. Yeah, so the phase 1 will be, of course, developed, and we will try to get some funding through this. We are running also a stake pool, so some of the rewards we are collecting will run also. Currently, all the rewards are running into the development. So that's one thing to do. And if it's possible, maybe just talk already to some angel investors or some our funding platforms. We will see. So Fund 5 is not the only possibility for us, but there are also others like Fund 6, so, which will start on 12th on August. So maybe this will be, PlayerMint is a good example to do it not only in one funding round, so also in a second. So maybe we will copy this. I don't know.
Wonderful. Well, best of luck to you. Philip has a question. How much cost does a NFT in the presale? Or I'll rephrase that. How much does an NFT cost in your presale?
Yeah. So maybe it's possible that I share. Our website. I hope you can see it. Yeah. Okay, great. So we got a how-to section, which is the most important currently one, and you see all the stuff like the rarities, and we will start with the common rarity. So we got a barbarian class, a dwarven class, a magician class, and the 11 class, and this will be available 500 times, each male and female, and we are aiming for something like 12 ADA. Yeah, but we are thinking also about a founders pack, because we know they are collectors and they like to also collect special cards, which will be also available, because every rarity will have its own legendary cards. Yeah, so as an example, I can share it. For 500 cards, there will be around 50 cards which are with a legendary bonus. Yeah, which will be just a little small bonus, and your card, if it's not a legendary one, will be just maybe 1% weaker than the legendary card. So some will call it okay. We think that this is not unfair, because we know there are a lot of collectors out there, and so we like to offer this with a small price. So 12 ADA, something about this, not much more, will be the price for the initial pre-sale. Yeah. And regarding supporting us, it is also possible, if you delegate to our stake pool, you will earn already some quest tokens. Yeah, and as a delegator, if you got quest tokens, we will offer also for our delegators a special offer within the pre-sale. Yeah, so that's before I forget this to mention, this is also an important part. So we are, you see, Aidan, we are looking left and right to get the funds, and because we like at least release the dungeon crawler. Yeah.
Brilliant. So Grant has 2 questions for you. The first one is phase 3 gameplay similar to Civilization?
Not at all. It would be something more like Fantasy General, or you would even know Warhammer Fantasy, where you place all the armies before you start to fight each other, but we are currently looking if it's, some of the older gamers like round-based tactical gameplay, others like real-time gameplay. So we are looking at it, but it would be not fully like Civilization, but we are looking into that, you got your army, you meet another commander, and you fight for territory. Yeah, that's what it's all about in phase 3. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds really exciting. And then to follow up that question, Grant asks, and can I use the NFT character I buy now in phase 3?
Yeah, of course. This is your, this will be always your hero, especially in the season gameplay, because you can imagine if you like to participate in the season gameplay, you have to choose one side. Yeah. So if you play a barbarian in the season gameplay, you will be not able directly to play a dwarf. Yeah. After the season ends, yeah, a few months later, you will be able to switch, of course, the sides. But this is also something we like to find out if this will work, because we are starting some quality assurance. And all I can do is invite you all to our Discord server, on our Discord server, and talk about this. Maybe some of you got nice ideas regarding this phases, how the season gameplay may look like. Everything is welcome. Yeah, so this should be also a community project where you as a player get also some of the ideas inside this project. And yeah, this is what we love to do. Yeah, ask gamers and say, okay, maybe it's wrong to do a turn-based game. Maybe it's better to just do it in real time, because everyone is looking for this. Yeah.
Great. And then we have 2 more questions for you before we wrap up here. The first one is, can we create a guild or alliance, or we just fight for the tribe?
So in the first step, with your NFT, you choose the tribe. Yeah. After phase 3, these are the game mechanics we have in mind. You will not only will possible to form guilds, but we are looking also that players will have the chance to conquer for their own territory. So just imagine you are a barbarian and you don't want to be, because every tribe got its own superior leader. Yeah, that's what you can read in our libraries about the barbarians, the dwarves, and how Ada how it was created. But for the future part, it will be, if you don't like your superior leader and you like to conquer him or something like this, it should be available that you form guilds and set up your own territory within Ada. That would be absolute, the absolute dream to create something like this.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah, just thinking about that sounds awesome. It sounds like it sounds like you'll have some in-game, blockchain based governance, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, great. So Grant asks the question, and then I think after this we'll wrap up. Grant says, can you sell the land you conquer as an NFT?
No, currently not. No. Great question. Never thought about it. I will write it down and save it for our next team meeting, because that's a great idea. But currently not in the plan, not planned to do this. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But
yeah,
that's a nice one.
Yeah, that sounds like a really wonderful, really wonderful question there. I think it'd be really cool if an NFT could both be, bought and sold and kind of traded. That land could be kind of moved between participants, but also someone could come in and say, hey, I'm gonna, attack your territory with my army and try to claim the NFT for myself. So a lot of great ideas. Wonderful. So Marcin, would you be willing to stop your screen share?
Of course.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So
Thank you
everyone,
also.
that has been the first PlayerMint Town Hall. I am going to open up the floor. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I had an amazing time. I hope everyone else enjoyed it. Please, please, please check out PlayerMint, of course, but then also our spotlight presenters today. You had Patrick of NFT Maker. You had Pierre of Lil Goats, and then you had Marcin of AdaQuest. Please, please, please check out these projects. They're amazing. We're building on top of Cardano. We love to see the community that we have here. So the last little thing that I kind of wanted to say was a massive, massive thank you to everyone that decided to come up today. Grant and I had a lot of fun trying to kind of put this all together, and Grant doing the inviting of our proposer spotlights. So I think